Hello and welcome to part 1 of Maximizing LinkedIn for Your Career. This presentation is relevant for every graduate student at the Marxe School, so whether you're an MPA, MIA, HEA, or EMPA, you're in the right place. My name is Marnie Smith and I am the Acting Assistant Director of Graduate Career Services here at the Marxe School of Public and International Affairs. LinkedIn is one of my favorite topics, so let's dive right in. So the number one reason to use LinkedIn is that it's the largest online professional network in the world. It's the place for you to build your brand by showcasing your experience, background, skills, and accomplishments. LinkedIn also helps you tremendously as a job seeker by allowing you to use your network to find opportunities and research organizations and companies. And the effectiveness of your LinkedIn presence depends upon having a strong, complete profile. Users with complete profiles are 40 times more likely to receive opportunities through LinkedIn, so it's very important to make sure you fill out every relevant section. You want to make sure employers can find you, which means including keywords in each section as well, especially your headline, summary, and skill sections. And there are 3 good ways to determine which keywords you need to add to your profile. First, think about what a recruiter might type into a LinkedIn search to find someone with your skills and experience. Look at job postings that represent your job target. Find the words and phrases most frequently used in these postings. And scan LinkedIn profiles of people who do what you want to be doing, and see what words and phrases they choose to highlight. And when you start your profile, your LinkedIn photo is going to be one of the most important pieces. It's your first impression, and it needs to be professional. So what does that mean? It means the photo should have good lighting, you should be dressed appropriately, the image should have good resolution, meaning it's crisp and clear. You should have good posture, and the background should be fairly simple. And LinkedIn profiles with photos are 10 times more likely to be viewed than those without photos, so definitely don't neglect to include one. Let's move on to the headline. This is my headline right here. LinkedIn puts your most recent job title as your default headline, but you can change it. I customized my headline. You can see that it's not my job title. And you too can edit the headline to reflect your brand and what you want to be known for. If you click on this little pencil, you can edit your headline and your summary, which we'll talk about as well. So here are a couple of examples of headlines that are not job titles. And these are good specifically for students. If you're not sure what to put for your headline, take a look at the profiles of other students, alumni, or just people that you admire to get some inspiration. Another item you have the ability to customize is your profile URL. Your default URL may come with some unnecessary extra letters and numbers at the end of it, but you can remove those. If you want to edit your profile URL, just look at the upper right-hand side of your profile, and you'll see the option to edit your public profile and URL. If you click on that, this box is going to appear, and you can then remove any numbers or letters at the end of your URL to make it look a little cleaner. So again, here's the before and here's the after. And you can make your URL even shorter for your resume by taking out the HTTP, and then it'll look even more clean and concise. Now, one of the most important sections on LinkedIn is your summary, because this is your opportunity to tell your story. And the summary is found right under your headline. Your summary can be in the first person or the third person, and you can choose how you want to format it using text, bullets, or even all caps. And I'll show you a couple of examples of different summaries in the next few slides. And again, if you need inspiration on what to write, you can always look up the profiles of people you admire and see what they chose to highlight. Here's a summary example in the third person. This is a real summary of a Marxe alum who is pretty senior and has a good amount of experience. This summary is straight to the point and in more of a list format, but it's very impressive and effective. This is a first-person example of a summary which uses both personal narrative and then bullet points to highlight specialties. This kind of summary is nice because it gives you insight into what motivates the person, and it helps the reader to understand their career trajectory. But again, you have flexibility in terms of how you choose to format the summary. So you've got your profile photo, your headline, and your summary, but you want to take your profile to the next level. One of the ways you can give your profile a visual boost is by adding a banner image. Very few people take advantage of it, but you can see by looking at this example that it can add a real wow factor to your profile. Lindsay Pollock is not just telling us she's a professional public speaker, she's showing us an image of her in action, speaking at a professional event with a well-known logo behind her. It's a powerful image. And in addition to the banner photo, LinkedIn also lets you add images and rich media, like videos or presentations, to your summary as well as to each job experience. This lets you use LinkedIn as a visual portfolio of your work, which is a really powerful way to communicate your worth to an employer. The last section we're going to talk about is recommendations. I encourage you to have at least one recommendation for each work experience you have listed on your profile. Recommendations from supervisors, colleagues, and professors add extra credibility to your profile, and they can help an employer determine who to reach out to or even who to take to the next step in an interview process. And the more recommendations you have, the more likely you are to come up in LinkedIn search results. So on that note, we'll end part 1 of Maximizing LinkedIn for Your Career. Stay tuned for part 2, where we'll cover networking using LinkedIn.